Good afternoon. My name is Chase Smith, and the topic I'll be covering is automation. The article that I chose to cover is What is Accounting Automation by the author Nicholas Patterson. Within the article, five main points were outlined. First being what is accounting automation, what are accounting information systems, the transition from manual to automated accounting, which parts of accounting are or will be automated, and so what are the risks of accounting automation. So, what is accounting automation? It is a transition of accounting from manual methods to advanced automation. Previously in the accounting profession, a lot of the work that was done was manually entered, but now we have automation that's able to take these inputs and use software for us to be able to be in more analytical fields and aspects of our career and to get these manual tasks done by automation. It's also a way for us to get faster and more precise results in our work, and it has a shift in the accounting profession to a more strategic and analytical field where we could have more value added tasks instead of these mundane, repetitive tasks. So, what are accounting information systems? In a way, it's a modern solution to an age old challenge of having these manual data entries. And now we can use automation to be able to do these entries just as long as we have the initial data input and we can use the software to our benefit. And it's a way for accountants to keep records in ways such as QuickBooks, FreshBooks, and other sources too that we can utilize. And it can also offer instant generation of financial statements and real time data analysis, which can be a great tool to the accounting profession as we develop further with these vast amounts of data that we deal with. And the transition from manual to automated accounting is another point that is touched on too, and it's broken down in three parts. First, being manual accounting is very labor intensive as it requires much data entry and for us to be able to manually do it, but now we're able to use automation where we do it once and then softwares can just flow through it. So once you enter the initial data, software can take care of the rest. So we just have to do the initial part and the software can take the rest. There's also an increased efficiency, reduced errors, and centralized storage of information that comes with this automation too. So, which parts of accounting are or will be automated? Transactional jobs such as vendor invoicing, sales, inventory, and other things with the assistance of barcode and other forms can help us do these jobs instead of us having to manually do them. It can also elevate the role of accountants instead of replacing us. There's a common misconception between automation replacing us, but it can be a great tool for us. And there's an increase in the analytical functions from a shift in our careers too. So, what are the risks of accounting automation? Data security concerns, potentials for oversights, and human touch and reasoning are the three main ones. Obviously, with automation, there comes risk of data security, and people can often see that when we're using automation, this can be a risk. Potential for oversights, we can have this automation doing so much of our work to the point where we get to a point where we just overlook many things and stuff can happen that just doesn't make sense, but we don't catch it. And human touch and reasoning is something that automation lacks, and is something that automation can't touch because humans have their own aspects in which automation cannot replicate, and there has to be reasoning within us. So we work hand in hand with automation to achieve the results that we want. So within the article, there was a conclusion that was mainly pinpointed on one specific question: Will AI replace accountants by 2030? And a statistic by the Bureau of Labor Statistics states accounting jobs are going to increase by 4% from 2022 to 2032. So we're going to see an increase in the number of accounting jobs. So AI will not replace us by the year 2030. And accounting needs a personal touch, like we touched on previously. There has to be a personal aspect to accounting that must be present for it to be a successful career. And professional judgment can't just come from automation. And there's also a job transformation instead of replacement too that we must see in real time, and that we're not going to be replaced because we can work hand in hand, and we can do more value added tasks too. So, in my opinion, I think automation is a great step in the right place for the accounting profession. When used properly, we can really see the benefits of automation and really use this to our success and how we really pivot the accounting profession to a more value added field where we can be put in more analytical situations and offer more insights to the data we are getting. So as long as we use it properly, we're going to be able to see the results we want to see and often have an understanding that automation doesn't have the judgment, the professional skills, or other things that us accountants possess. So there's really no risk in the meantime for it to replace us, but it is a way for us to be able to utilize it and use it as a tool. And I do believe that automation will be a great advancement for the accounting profession and we'll see great benefits come in the future. Thank you.